All right, we're back. We're still not keeping track of the episodes, but we are inside of 1 week until the Hall of Fame game, and we have got football with pads on in training camp, and we are all very excited. So, Tom, Jesse, what are we most looking forward to here for this upcoming week?
Go ahead, Jed. Go ahead.
So it looks like the Bears coaching staff and front office is still undecided on whether or not Caleb's going to be playing in the Hall of Fame game on Thursday. As a Bears fan, I think we all want to see him on the field in, even if it is preseason action. Some of the clips that have come out of training camp this week have been very promising. I think we've seen some things that, with him being the first overall pick, we would expect to see him, making some great throws and executing in the 2-minute drill and doing, hitting some guys with anticipation, moving
today, maybe literally hitting some guys on the defense.
Yeah. So I didn't see much on that. Wargo, you want to touch on that?
No, I didn't really see a lot beyond that. Okay. I think they like to keep those things pretty tight in terms of.
Actually, you know what? I think I did. If this was the same thing, I think it was between Gerald Everett and Montez Sweat, maybe one other guy on the defensive line. And I think what actually happened was Caleb came to break that kind of altercation up. And I think Bates actually made a comment that, he was really happy to see that out of Caleb, already taking a leadership role and
mediating the situation a little bit.
Can we report something different to spice that story up, though?
We're all
I don't know if we have that kind of poll just yet. We'll save that for later.
Paul's article.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of what I'm looking forward to for the game, if Caleb plays, obviously that's the main course. On top of that, some of these other auxiliary items or pieces that we've added to the offense. So we'll see who they put out there. But some of this wide receiving core. I've been seeing some news this week about Jervin Dexter has made some leaps in the offseason in terms of his preparation and what he's done to his body to get ready for this season. It sounds like he's also taking he's following the example of Montez Sweat. He sees the success that he's had, and he wants that as well. So, I think those are a few things that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. To your point, I think, like I said, all the Bears people want to see Caleb out there. Is he ready? Is that what we're kind of hung up on? Maybe like is he ready to go out there and do a full sequence? I don't know. I would like to see Romadunze, those guys. I've heard Tyler Scott making headway there at training camp. He's turning heads a little bit. That'd be cool. Having another great wide receiver kind of come out. Yeah, I'm just ready to watch some football.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple clips this week of Tyler Scott. So which is unusual because looking at the pieces, you're like, where is he going to fit in? He's wide receiver 4 probably right now.
Well,
unless they're running spread.
If we can get a nice flow of a 5-man rotation out there and use them with Cole Kmet and Everett, there's a lot. Keep them fresh. That's a big thing in the NFL. If you can wear down the defense, if we make long drives and we have fresh receivers out there, I don't know. But also, I was going to say, there's a lot of coming out of training camp that there's uniformity, a lot of good things being said from coaches, staff about Caleb Williams, about wide receivers. I mean, just everybody is on the same page, it seems like.
Nothing in Jesse. Oh, there we
go. And also teammates, I forgot who it was. I can't remember who it was, but they were saying like how Caleb Williams is not anything like the media and everybody is saying. Like he's a good dude.
No, that was Javon Dexter. He said something weird. He was like, "I like his spirit" or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think that was it, but
kind of like off. But
either way, it's just like they've been around Caleb for a while now. They're kind of getting his aura, like I said last week. They're getting that, and it seems good, and that's who we need to be trusting. They're saying stuff about it. If it was bad, I feel like they wouldn't even say anything. So that's exciting for me.
Yeah. I mean, to hear everybody speak highly on, Caleb is always a good thing, of course. I mean, to your point with Tyler Scott too, like where's he going to fit in? I mean, the fact that we're looking for a number 4 spot, and Tyler Scott is in that equation. We previously had Darnell Mooney as like a wide receiver number 2 in a lot of our formations, which is just not a wide receiver too. I mean, he's not. So we're going to be a problem for a lot of teams' defensive backfields, and I'm looking forward to that and just seeing how, Caleb gets rid of the ball quickly, which, again, like you said, there's been a lot of positive reports on that coming out of training camp and just being decisive with the ball. So I don't know if it's kind of like subtweeting that, maybe our previous quarterback wasn't so great at getting the ball out quick, like when they were talking to Darnell Wright. They were talking to a few other of the offensive linemen within those player interviews that are now being done with everybody being at training camp. It was pretty apparent, or kind of, I guess, maybe not pretty apparent, but rather in between the lines that, blocking is going to be different with different quarterbacks. So I don't know what that's to insinuate, but I mean, in the wide receiver core, just being a problem is going to be. Sorry, Lulu's getting into something down here. We're going to have a lot of guys are going to cause a lot of problems. So like I have my standing desk, and there's like a little bit of fluid that's leaking out of the little things, the pillars.
Fluid?
She was near it. She wasn't in it, but she knows better. Do not, Lulu. Get out of there. But additionally, Eberflus. I mean, he has been a huge.
We talked about it last week.
Just like
dark Eberflus or what? Something.
He's just talking more. Like previously, he was like secretive.
Dark Eberflus.
Dark Eberflus, man. He's like he's got a
Sith Lord Flus.
He just like looks different this year. It's weird.
Yeah. Are you saying that in like a complimentary way?
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
Dark
like
Eberflus.
Smooth.
Oh, okay.
Dark, smooth.
Like in Spider-Man 3 when he goes emo.
Yeah, but that's pretty negative. Like that thing took over his body. But like when he goes out on date, he's like, like he's just a killer. I like it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I like it too.
He's looking into your soul, dude.
Anybody want to make a prediction for the Hall of Fame game?
Are we playing to lose? Kansas City? That was silly.
What's that?
Who are we playing?
The Texans, right?
When did we play Kansas City? The week after that?
I don't know.
It's hard to predict these games because it's not the real game. It's just it's basically a scrimmage, and it's just I don't know. I'm gonna pick the Bears. I think we're deeper than they are. So our
You think we're deeper than the Texans?
I do.
All right.
In my knowledge of football.
Texans are a flash in a frying pan. That's what Tom says.
So does the Hall of Fame game not count as a preseason game? Because I'm seeing we also play Buffalo, Cincinnati, and Kansas City.
Isn't it kind of like just an extra game essentially?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway,
everybody else has 3 games, so it must not.
Right. Anyways,
Whatever.
Yeah, let's not expose our lack of knowledge in that department just yet.
Yeah, what I did want to talk about.
Notes.
Yeah, I guess notes. Oh, congrats to Cole Kmet on the engagement. Have you seen the rock on that baby? I wish we could pull it up. Nice. So congrats to our I hope it's not distracting for the year. I hope he's not making wedding plans during the football season.
It's like you just want these guys to stop their normal lives.
Yeah,
and
play football.
Just focus on.
I mean, do that after when you get eliminated from playoff contention. Pop the question right there.
Well, that's not going
Get
to
all
happen.
your engagement plans ready, or not engagement plans, your wedding plans ready, and then maybe during the.
I think it's important to remember that there's a human element to this game, right? These are actual humans under the helmets, right? These are the important things. So yeah, I'm happy for Cole. He found.
Yeah, I started off with that.
He found his life companion, and I don't think it's going to be a distraction. As a matter of fact, I think it's going to empower him because he's playing for more. He's playing for more than himself. He's playing for his family now.
Typically, when you have a child, that comes out. But yeah, I'm with.
You're just a perpetual hater right now. It seems like you're trying to bring out the worst in this situation. I don't understand.
Yeah, my wife said I was in a bad mood tonight. Could be right, Who knows?
We should have recorded tomorrow.
In other news, Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
I was unaware until we talked prior to the podcast that he has made a deal. Jesse, what was the deal?
Yeah. 4 years, $220 million. $75 million signing bonus.
Okay, so that's up there with the rest of the top paid quarterbacks this year. So, like you said, Trevor Lawrence. What did
Joe Burrow?
Yeah, Burrow.
Tua Tagovailoa also signed a contract.
I knew that was coming. I don't know. I don't love that. I don't think he's great.
Tua?
Yeah. I mean, he's got the injury history, and I need to watch more of him this year. I don't think I watched him that much last year.
I mean, I want to say, I may be completely wrong on this, but I want to say he led the league in passing yards last year.
Yeah, so I could be completely off, but
he's also got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they're such playmakers after the catch.
Raheem Mostert and Achane both had a lot of, or at least a reasonable or a decent amount of receiving yards out of the backfield. So, yeah. I don't know. I agree though, and they didn't reset the market with Tua though. So, I'm not as, I think they signed him for like $51 million a year, something like that. So it's still a lot of money, but
that's reasonable. I think I said this last week too. I feel like to win a Super Bowl, you can't pay your quarterback so much. It's just how the league's been going. Like, you got to pay other guys.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes makes $50 million a year, and he throws to Rashee Rice. And
it's the most important player. But the likelihood of you getting a Patrick Mahomes is just like.
Well, look at the Bengals. They got to pay Jamar Chase as well as Joe Burrow. Like, you can't.
Joe Burrow. Yeah. He's been injured. I need to see. I hope he does well this year.
I cannot believe what we got Keenan Allen for. I mean, he is an unbelievable receiver. I think we were watching that receivers show on Netflix, and everybody's like, yeah, like when you watch all the top receivers in the league, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, it's like we got him for a steal. And everybody's like, oh, Keenan Allen's old. We got DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze. I am so excited for her. I mean,
I was listening to the PFF podcast, and they did their own top 100 player rankings or whatever. And I actually don't think Keenan or Devontae Adams broke the top 50.
PFF sucks.
Who?
Yeah, I mean, well, they actually grade the players based off of these advanced analytical measures. So there's a science behind it. And age plays a factor into that. I mean, I don't think they grade somebody based off of their age, but I think when players get older,
not just age, but years in the league.
Yeah, so like these younger guys like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they've still got that extra pep in their step, being the age that they are. And Tyreek Hill, obviously, I mean, he's kind of in between those first two guys we talked about and the younger guys, but still just an unreal weapon.
Who was on the Chargers last year that wasn't Keenan Allen? The other good receiver. I can't think.
Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Was he? He didn't play for Tampa Bay last year?
No, that's Mike Evans.
Right.
Oh, yes. So I was thinking about it, and I can't remember who was always hurt. I'm worried about Keenan Allen being hurt.
Keenan Allen spent a fair amount of time on the sidelines, but more what I was looking forward to with having Keenan Allen is to have him impress upon his route running ability, his separation ability, and everything that he has done well that's made him to be a Hall of Fame receiver. And then we have Rome Odunze with him, and then we have DJ Moore, who's just going to cook regardless.
Cole Kmet, I think, is underrated. I think he's a little bit underrated. Last year,
as a whole, for sure. I mean, he's like an actually tight, like block, or he's a tight end who actually blocks, as opposed to a lot of tight ends who are mostly route runners. So, yeah, Cole Kmet is an incredibly good tight end for sure. Well, also he's starting to block. He didn't always block, but
but I feel like he kept getting open in the end zone for Justin Fields last year. I feel like he was a good target. So that's good. That's good to have.
Like mid to late in the season, he was for sure.
Speaking of Justin Fields, Russell Wilson has a calf issue day to day.
Let's go.
He practiced today with the top first team offense. Threw some balls. People were oohing and ahhing. Are we going to get the second round pick? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to play? Is it start or play? I don't understand.
Are you in a good frame of mind to be talking about Justin Fields, being that your wife already said that you're feeling hostile tonight? Because I know how you feel about him generally. So I don't know if this is just good for you to be talking about.
Yeah. Like, I went back and forth.
Do you want the best for Justin? Do you?
Huh?
Do you want the best for Justin?
Am I on a trial right now?
Yes.
I want the best for Justin. But, I'm just answering my question.
I don't know what the conditional pick rules are for that trade, but I wouldn't be surprised if those conditions are met because Justin's younger. I think he's got more athletic talent than Russ. Russ has more experience in the pocket as a quarterback in the NFL. But if Justin can clean up some of the mistakes that he made in Chicago, get the ball out a little bit quicker, be a passer before a runner, clean up his release a little bit. I think that there's a pathway for him to become the starter of the Steelers. But if he continues to play like he did in Chicago, where he's mistake prone and not finishing games out, Tomlin's gonna have him on a pretty short leash, I think. And the last thing you want for continuity is to be switching back and forth between different quarterbacks, but Russ is a guy that you can trust to go in and run the system the way it's supposed to be run and not make too many mistakes. So there's a stark contrast there, but the upside is greater with Justin, right? So if he can play more clean football, then it may work out for him.
Who else do they have in that QB room aside from Justin and Russell? Kyle Allen.
Don't know.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be. Let's just say our praise and thank God that we're not the Steelers right now.
I hope the best. I'm not talking down to Justin Fields. I hope the best for him, but I hope he plays too because we get a better pick for him. So.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
Anything else, boys? What else? We got anything else?
Circling back to the Jordan Love contract, obviously with them being in the NFC North, that means a lot to the Bears. That is a quarterback who I think week 10 and on into the playoffs was one of the, probably at least top 5 best quarterbacks.
I think he was best.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know if that was 100% accurate, so I didn't want to say it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think I read that like
playing
last
really
week.
well. The Packers were they played San Francisco really closely. I think they could have won that game. If they won that game, they probably would have beat the Lions in the NFC Championship. They might have gone to the Super Bowl. And they, remember, beat the Chiefs towards the end of the regular season last year. So they've got a really tough team. Their defense got a lot better towards the end of the season, which was their kind of weakness at the beginning of the season, along with kind of the progression of Jordan Love. So,
and they got Josh Jacobs now.
Yeah, they've got Josh Jacobs.
Because Aaron,
again,
Aaron Jones.
They're paying him. They're paying him all this money, which means less money to pay other players. So we've seen that, backfire on teams like we were just talking about. The only team that's really been able to figure that out is the Chiefs. And I don't think, it's like you were saying, it only works with somebody like Patrick Mahomes, and there's only one of those guys right now. But Jordan Love is a guy that could work himself into that type of stratosphere. He's not there yet, obviously. He doesn't have 3 Super Bowls, but he's also only been the starter for the Packers for 1 year. And he was 2 games away from the Super Bowl. He proved that down the stretch of the season, he can be a very competent quarterback, and not just competent, but kind of outstanding. So, as a Bears fan, that's something that you worry about a little bit, because they've had our number, basically since in my lifetime. And right now, it feels like hopefully we're hitting a transition point where the Bears team looks a lot different, and maybe we can start to gain some ground on that. So, hopefully as a Bears fan, paying him all that money is going to sap, their energy and their talent in other areas. And that's going to leave the door open for the Bears to make some headway in that rivalry.
Morgo, you look like you want to say something.
Well, I was just looking at the NFL futures bets, and it's not really that favorable for the Bears in terms of like conference for NFC Championship odds. The Packers are at plus 800, Bears are at plus 1600 for the division. The Bears are at plus 300, Packers are at plus 200, Lions plus 140. But why I was elated most recently is they have the odds for the Hall of Fame game up. I can cry right now. Bears are -2, over under 32.5. It's beautiful to see.
Let's go.
We like that.
Kansas City. God. So,
what do you
got? I'm on ESPN right now because I'm on my work computer and I'm blocked from everything else.
Do you have the Bears winning? Are you going to bet that?
I mean, Bears -2 is enticing, as well as the over on 32.5. I mean, come on. Even if we've got our backups in there, they're still going to toss it around a little bit, put on a show.
Yeah.
So I like the over as well as Bears -2. I mean, I'm also kind of a dog for when the over is incredibly low, as 32.5 is. I do like to take the under. But yeah, I'm going to take the over here just to go against myself. So that's where I'm at, and I'm probably going to start off a loser.
I'm going to do the exact opposite of Borgo.
Fade me.
I agree with a lot that you just said.
But how about that division, or for us to the?
I like the Packers to win the division. I think the Lions are going to have a little bit of an
unbelievable.
I don't think they added a lot this year. I don't know.
I have the Packers to win the division.
I think Bears are going to beat the Lions. I think we're going to get second or first. No, we're going to get first for sure. But I can see Green Bay winning
Top 5 defense, Tom, and we're not going to win the division?
We're going to win the division, but if we don't, then I think it'd be the Packers. That's just my bold prediction. I don't think the Lions are going to be as good.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's tough to articulate and speculate on that, but I hear what you're saying. I think, if you try to boil it into a few key points for each team, for the Packers, if Love can play like he did second half of the year and in the playoffs, and the defense has to continue to play well like they did.
Because I agree with a lot of things. Yeah, I don't know about their defense.
Right. So,
but I agree that with a lot of what you said about Love, and he played so well, but it's such a small sample size. And that's like, if I was the Packers, I wouldn't have gave him this money. He played so well against really good teams in high pressure situations, which is he proved himself.
Are they in a place to let him walk though? I feel like they're not.
No.
I feel like they kind of backed themselves into a corner, and then he exposed them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I see it going well. I don't want it to go well for them, but I see it going well for them. I don't think the Lions are going to be as good as people think they're going to be. Is just my prediction. But.
So if we're closing out with division talk here, I think that Jordan Love is largely unproven, and that's why that contract took so long to sign, is that he doesn't have that much tape in an NFL jersey because the Packers put him in that situation. So now they're having to basically pay the piper for their sins of having, had him sit behind Rodgers for all those years and drafted him. What was it?
Yeah, that's another thing. I was going to say is he's been in the league a while. He knows what's going on.
But game times. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that it's guaranteed that Jordan Love comes out and has a great year in 2024.
I think people could be overhyping him a little bit.
Also, and we're definitely doing that for our team as well. But how could you not? The preseason.
You have to. But as an NFL community, everybody's really high on Green Bay. I've heard, almost Super Bowl contenders in some cases. They're in that bubble.
They've got good odds.
They could definitely make it, and I don't know if I'm there yet.
I'm gonna go against you guys. I think it's pretty. For me, I feel like Jordan Love is probably gonna have an exceptional year.
Yeah, I can see it.
How many yards?
What?
4,300. 4,300 yards. 36 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
They're going to be good. We have a tough division, dude. It sucks. Why, dude? And then Minnesota is sneaky too. I know they don't have a quarterback, but a lot of people are saying, who is their quarterback? He looks funny.
Aiden O'Connell.
No.
What's he?
Minnesota, dude. Don't tell me. It is. It's gonna bother me. I don't know. He used to play for the Jets, right?
Sam Darnold,
dude.
So last year,
go ahead.
Some people are saying Sam Darnold is gonna be a lot better than people. And if they got Henderson, not Henderson. What's the tight end?
You got it, Hawkinson.
Hawkins, yeah. Then they have their wide receiver core. I think Minnesota's good too. It's a little scary. I hate it. I hate that we have such a good division right now.
I mean, it's the NFL. If you look around and you really analyze a roster, you can convince yourself that
it's true.
A team is a good team.
Yeah.
I know.
But I think also I watched NFC North. Those are the most games I watch. And I see these players and I'm like, they're really good. But then you can also say that about 49ers. You can say that about a lot of teams. But I don't know. It's going to be an interesting year in the division for sure. And I just hope we can come out on top in a lot of those games. Got to.
Yeah, I mean, I already got a division winner parlay in. I picked the Bears. So you know what my thoughts are. I think they're going to pull it off somehow.
Oh yeah,
I think a lot of people are underestimating the Bears.
yeah,
I
I
don't
agree.
think they understand. I don't think they understand the changes that this team, especially on the offensive side of the ball, has gone through since the end of last year,
Yeah,
with a new coordinator, new quarterback, new wide receivers, new running back. Yes, the offensive line is pretty similar, but with all of these skill players and a new offensive scheme, I just think they're going to be so much better. And the defense towards the end of the year, we already know that they were playing a lot better. So I don't know. I think they're going to win the division.
yeah.
I mean, it's going to come down to the close games, though. Like, they're going to have things go their way to some degree, and I think that, I mean, we definitely have a chance of, having the ball roll our way. But, I mean, yeah, other teams have been making massive improvements. Yeah, I don't know. I could definitely see it happening. I think we're largely underrated in a
Who's
lot of
making massive
areas.
improvements though? I think the Bears have made the most improvements
Well, we had
in
the
our
most to
division.
improve upon.
Yeah, I mean they're all of our division rivals are all really good, and they didn't really need to. They're just paying everybody now. We were the only ones like getting better, but yeah. But keep going. Sorry.
Oh no, I mean that was it. I just we do have a stout division. I can see a place where the Bears can fit in and make that happen. Like I said, I think there is a scenario where things don't roll Green Bay's way, and maybe it's a little bit tougher. Just being that they're everybody's darling right now. Like you said, some people are having them as Super Bowl contenders. So I mean, if you're in that camp, what are they? Plus 1,800, I think. 1,800, yeah. Pretty good odds. So go for it. But I'm on the Bears.
What do you think Jordan Love's numbers were last year?
What do I think his numbers were last year? Like yards, touchdowns, interceptions?
21 TDs.
I'm not great at this. Give it like 3,700 yards.
21 TDs, seven interceptions.
Remember what I said. I said 4,300 yards, 36 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Well, and there's a reason you're asking. So for 4,100 yards, 4,100 yards.
What did I say?
30 touchdowns. He threw a lot of touchdowns, I'm pretty sure. I'll give him 32 touchdowns, and then I'll give him like 12.
7 interceptions.
4,159 yards, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. You're close. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have let you go with the 3,700.
Okay, well, Tom was just throwing out nonsense, trying to throw me off my
So even if he does the numbers that I said, I mean, that's only a marginal improvement of what he did last year. Those numbers are crazy.
Did he play every game last year?
Podcaster, dude.
He played every game last year.
He did? Okay.
I'm so excited, dude. I hope nobody gets hurt this year.
He had 4.
Nobody in the NFL gets hurt. It's the
I hope no one gets hurt and everybody just plays top-notch football all year long.
Oh, man.
For some reason, I feel like the injury bug's gonna hit Mahomes this year.
It always hits him, dude. And he just overcomes it like a beast.
Yeah, that's true. He's tough. He's a tough dude. Did you guys see what the comment he made after the Raiders did the Kermit the Frog thing?
Is that after they beat him? Or is that recently?
No, so the Raiders this week, one of their guys, maybe it was multiple of their guys, they had a Kermit the Frog like hand puppet at practice, and they were making fun of Patrick Mahomes because he sounds like Kermit the Frog. And today they asked him about it. Or yesterday maybe, and he was just like, you could tell he was pissed off. He was like, it'll get handled when it gets handled.
Was it mean Kermit the Frog voice, or?
I think they called him a bitch or something like that.
Didn't the Raiders beat them last year?
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was after that.
The Raiders always play them. They always play them pretty tough because it's a divisional matchup.
It might be.
You gotta love that. You gotta love that.
Max Crosby and Mahomes have like a Max Crosby's like wants to kill him, and I don't know. On the field, I think off the field,
I
they're
think
good.
Matt
but
Crosby off the field's like a chill dude.
I think he wants to kill everybody on the field, so that's kind of
Yeah.
stupid, but stupid statement. But
No, nothing stupid here in Shut Down Lowdown.
all right,
Speaking
so to wind it up here, what are we watching? What are we reading? What's
I'm not falling for that freaking trick again, dude.
I'm watching Receiver on Netflix. It's pretty sweet. Max Crosby was appearing on that. He wore the same outfit as Devontae Adams a few times. It's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, Tom.
Yep.
What am I watching?
Olympics.
The Olympics, yeah. So I'm digging the first part of the ceremony. They went, hardcore metal rock to some opera, to the catacombs, to an Assassin's Creed looking main character. I mean,
French ceremony sucked.
I think it's cool. It sucks that it's raining. It's going on right now. Well, it went on earlier.
It's like
it's
like 1 o'clock in the morning in Paris.
Yeah. Shout out all the Olympic athletes out there from all around the world. I'm just excited this weekend to kind of just chill and watch just the spectacle that is the Olympics. But yeah, that's what I'll be watching. I have Your Honor watching, but that's on hold.
Where are you at in that, by the way?
Still like maybe episode 4. I think I only watched one since our last one. I've been slacking. I've been reading more.
Episode 4, season 1?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
How many seasons
there's 2 seasons right now, I'm pretty sure. But it just gets a little far-fetched on like 3/4 of the way through season 1. But stick with it. It's not too bad. I liked it a lot.
I like Bryan Cranston, dude. I just like to watch him.
Yeah. We just rewatched Band of Brothers, and then we're going to be getting into the Pacific now, which I haven't seen for the first time yet, though I have seen Masters of the Air. We just left the Pacific out. So.
Is Pacific an old war movie about island hopping?
It's a series, but it's about island hopping in World War II.
I was watching a Adolf Hitler. I don't know if it was a documentary on Netflix. Interesting.
We're going to get demonetized. Oh wait, we don't have ads.
Yeah, we can say.
I recently watched a movie, Dark Waters, which we were talking about before.
Mark Ruffalo.
We went live, and viewers, if you want to get a little bit angry at
corporate America.
Yeah, DuPont, which is a large corporation that makes. They made. I'm not sure if they still make it, Teflon, and they used a chemical in the process that was seeping into the water supply, making them sick and giving them cancer and all these other diseases. And now this chemical is actually present in 99.9% of all humans living on the planet. So it's in your blood.
Wait a second, is it forever chemical?
It is.
Yeah,
it's a forever chemical.
Teflon. They use Teflon to waterproof tank.
It's C8, and it's in your blood right now. Nothing can break it down.
Okay, we're getting too negative.
And there's nothing that you can do about it. So go check that out.
By the way,
The Informant with Matt Damon. That's also a great movie. That's about ADP in Decatur, Illinois. Classic.
ADM. ADP is a payroll processing.
I hate them too, though.
You're for Colorado. You don't know.
All right. So go Bears.
From Colorado, you
go Bears.